Yeah, hi guys. Today we are going to determine a certain number that is associated with a circular object. So we have a tomato here. I have a clock, a big wall clock here. I have deodorant here. I have a Clorox container here. We are going to measure the circular. And then we have a pizza here that we are going to measure the area around the circle and then the distance across the center, and then we will find the ratio and we will discover very unique number that is associated. So let's get started. So I have my table here, the circular items. So the first one is tomato. So I'll grab my tomato. I have my tape measure here, which is measured in centimeter. So we go around it. And here give me this right here, which is 23.6. So across give me 23.6. So we record that here. And then we go across with a centimeter, giving me 7.5. So we got 7.5 centimeter. We are done with this. The next one is a clock. Grab my clock here. Take my tape measure. I'm using the centimeter side. Here we get right here, which is 94.5. So 94.5. And then we go across and we get 30 right here centimeters. So if you are home, you can also measure your circular stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and measure all of them and put it down here, and then we will come back and we will do the ratios. All right, guys. So we were able to measure the distance around the items. So we got all that number, and then across the center, we got all this number. So here, when it comes to the ratio, we are dividing 23.6 divided by 7, and that give us, I'm running it to 3 decimal place, 3.147 here. Do the same thing for this one here, and I get 3.150, and I got 3.196 here, 3.158, and the pizza got 3.176. What we are going to do is that we are going to add this plus this plus this plus this plus this, and then we divide it by 5 because it's 5 items, and then we will get an average. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys. So we added everything. We go 15.827. We divide it by 5, and then we get 3.165 to the 3 decimal place. So when we divided that, now let's do something right here. If we have our pizza, what we did is that we measured around here, and that's what we are calling the area across here, or the distance across here is in mathematics, that's what we call it, the circumference. So we got C, and then we measure from one end here to here through the center, which is the D, the diameter, and then we are getting a certain number, which is 3.165 here. So I believe you're familiar with this 3 point something here, and this is what the mathematician they did a whole lot of circular objects, and they were getting a certain number, which is 3 point something, 3 point. So they did like over thousands of white circular objects, and they are getting that number. And that which this number is closer to this 3.142 that we have been using, and the name of this is, so that's the reason why anytime you're calculating or you're dealing with a circular object, the pi, there is a certain number which is closer to 3.142 that is coming in, and that is the pi. So here we can say that indeed the circumference divided by the diameter will give us a pi. So if you want your circumference alone, every number is over 1. So remember my crisscross method, you multiply across. So c times 1 will give you c. And then the d, always you write the top first, numerator first. So pi d, which is the diameter. So that's the circumference. By here, we can also see that from one end to another end here through the circle, we have a short distance here, and that short distance is called the radius. So the radius, two of the radius give us a diameter. So we can replace the diameter with the radius, and we can say that, oh, indeed, pi 2r here. But in mathematics, since we have a number here, we have to write a number first. So here, call it 2 pi r. That becomes the circumference. So anytime you're calculating a circumference, this is the formula, and this is how it came about. All right. Moving forward, we're going to look at the area of a circumference in our next video. Have a great day.